On this episode, we're talking about SASsy. That's right, my PRS Swamp Ash Special in Iris Blue. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. Tonight we're talking about SASsy. That's right. This PRS Swamp Ash Special in Iris Blue. Be very careful how you say Swamp Ash Special. That's a tough one. It can easily be misconstrued. So first off, I want to say thank you to everybody. The reason I'm doing this video about this guitar is because this guitar got such a good reception when I did the unboxing video. And I did say in that video that I would do a playing demo of it. So I thought I would put one together. Before I get too far, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. Go ahead, do it now if you haven't done it yet. Like, subscribe. So don't think I won't shamelessly ask for that later again. So anyway, that being said, there's a dog. What do you want? No. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, like and subscribe. I know that in the last video, if you watched the video about the Strat, I had said that I was working on some stuff, and I really am. Just to give you guys an update. So, you know, in some of the things that I want to do for this channel, it involves coordinating with some other folks. So sometimes that takes a little bit of time, and I wanted to put out a video. Like I said, I did say that I would do a video about this guitar, so I figured I would do this video in the meantime while I get some of that stuff set up. You know, because I'm going to quickly run out of guitars to talk about, and I'm not doing a ukulele video. So, because I really can't play it that well. But anyway, but you know, one of the things that I do like to kind of stress with this channel, right? So the whole idea behind this YouTube channel, there's plenty of demo channels out there where they'll tell you all the cool things about this guitar and probably play it way better than I will. But that being said, I like to talk about why, the why behind our guitars, what they do for you. You know, what did this guitar do for me when I got it? And you know, what are some of the things that I really love about it and make it what it is, and why I'm keeping it, and why, or you know, or why I'm going to get rid of something. So, and you know, when I talk about your guitar story, you know, again, feel free to hit me up in the comments if you've got a really cool guitar story you'd like to tell. I'll be happy to, you know, talk to you about it, and you know, we can talk about it on the channel, or you could just let me know the guitar story and I'll tell it. Right? Send me some pictures and whatnot. I'll put it out there. Whether it be an instrument that you'd like to talk about, whether it be your journey with music you'd like to talk about, I'd be more than happy to talk about that too. It doesn't always have to be a guitar. Is it a mandolin? Is it a banjo? Is it whatever, right? I don't care. Let's just get on and talk about it, right? Because anything that inspires us to listen to music or play more music is what interests me. Right? What gets everybody's juices flowing? I want to hear it from you and from everybody else. So, but you know, we'll talk about this guitar tonight, and this is the one we're talking about. So, one of the things that I will say for this guitar, right, is this thing is the most versatile guitar that I own. Anyway, I don't know if it's the most versatile guitar, period, but I can tell you that if you're on a budget and you need a guitar that can do multiple things, and you're playing in a cover band, you need, you know, maybe some Strat tones, you need a solid humbucker sound, you know, to do a couple of other songs, and you'd really like to buy both of those guitars, but that's not in the budget because you're younger or you're newer, you just don't have the money, right? You know, your project's just starting out, whatever the case may be, this thing here can really tackle a lot of that. And I'm sure there's some other guitars out there that can probably do something similar. If you've got some stuff that you think, you know, competes with it, let me know. I'd be interested to hear what other guitars do similar things. unboxing video. I don't feel like I got very good photos of this, and you know, the B-roll footage didn't really look that great. And I wasn't happy with the camera that I used, you name it, right? So, you know, so here's some beautiful B-roll footage of this guitar now. You know, again, so I want to kind of talk a little bit about the why behind the reason why I bought this guitar. I wanted it. I could stop there. I really could, because I saw it and I was like, oh man, that thing is sweet. And the deal, right? It was a great deal. Look, guitars have gotten more and more expensive, especially during COVID, right? We all can complain and bitch and moan about how expensive guitars have gotten, and I am no different, right? I have people that I speak to, you know, we talk about, you know, every single new Gibson guitar that comes out that seems like essentially the same guitar in a different color, and it's $3,000 or it's $4,000, right? And I like Gibson guitars. I'm not knocking them. It's just an example, because they make some expensive stuff, you know. And I hear people complain about build quality and whatnot, but you know, look, I've watched, and I'm sure if you're watching this show, you've probably heard of Trogley, and I've watched his stuff, and I can tell you that, I mean, and he nitpicks stuff, and he will tell you if it's not a great guitar. Most of the stuff that he reviews, I mean, some of the stuff is so minuscule, I probably wouldn't freak out too much about it if I ended up with it. But, you know, that being said, these SE Paul Reed Smith guitars, you know, aside from a few horror stories that I've heard, you know, and maybe the one that I experienced, I don't know if you watched the video on the, over there, the Strat. I talked about, you know, how I played an SE Silver Sky, and I didn't really like it. It wasn't set up right. It just didn't have a great feel. However, both of these two, with the exception of that guitar, the blue standard 2408 needed some intonation work. And I still think the nut needs to be adjusted a little bit, actually, but I've gotten it pretty close, and it sounds pretty good now. But this guitar, however, came right out of the gig bag and sounded amazing. It really did. It played well. The action, it could be lower, but it really isn't bad. You know, I thought it was pretty good. So, you know, and it rips. But these are the things that move us. The things that make us pick up a guitar and make us play, or make us pick up whatever instrument that it is that you play. I don't care if it's a violin, a flute, I don't care, right? If you're inspired to pick it up because you love the instrument, that's what's important, right? And, you know, you can say that we have GAS, right? That guitar acquisition syndrome. And maybe, right? I bought more guitars in the last 2 years than I bought probably my whole life, you know, because I finally had some time and a little bit of money in my life that I, you know, felt comfortable to spend, you know, much to the chagrin of my wife. But nevertheless, you know, but I have also been doing more with music, and, you know, I wanted to start this channel, and finally came up with an idea I think works, right? The idea of tell me your guitar story, and I'll talk about mine, and, you know, but this guitar makes me want to play it. And to be quite honest, you know, sometimes I'll sit down and I'll try and maybe learn a song, you know, and I do that with a lot of stuff. Most of the time when I'm trying to learn a song, it's probably on the acoustic. But when I pick up this guitar, I just want to continue to play it. I want to play riffs, and I want it to sound awesome, and I want to mess around with splitting the coils and seeing what does what. And I'm still finding new things that it can do. So a couple of things I did do is I did back off the neck pickup a little bit. I backed it down a little. It was like really loud, and it broke up a little bit too much. Like I couldn't, you know, to be able to even here in my little office, like I couldn't really crank it all the way because I wanted to, it would get too hot and distort too much. So I backed that neck pickup off a little bit. I could not really get the single coil, couldn't really get it to lower down a little bit, and I left the bridge pickup high because why not, right? Let it rip on a bridge pickup. You know, I think it sounds good on the bridge pickup. I don't have any problem with it. But you know, but the guitar does so many things so well. Again, this is not a spec video, but just to give you a little example. So these are the 8515S's that they put in pretty much all the humbucker SE guitars, right? That one has it. That newer one that's only like $500, I still think has these same pickups, and they're pretty darn good. You know, the one position that I think sounds better on that guitar versus this guitar is the middle position. So when you have the middle playing both humbuckers without the coil split, that guitar sounds really, really nice. It's rich, it's full. This one, I feel like it's a skosh muddy. And I've tried to, you know, crank up the treble a little bit. I don't feel like it's all there. And that could be due to the fact that maybe the pickups were a little higher. I don't know. But I still haven't quite found that to be as pleasing as that guitar on the middle pickup. So, or on the middle selection. So, but hey, that's why we have different ones. Again, you know, that's the whole point of what we're doing here is, why did I spend money to buy this guitar and that guitar? Well, this guitar does different things, right? And truly, if I did have to go to a gig and I didn't want to drag all my stuff to me, I didn't want to take this guitar, that guitar, the Strat, you know, 2 acoustics. I mean, look, I'm not going to do that. I'm usually a one-man show, right? Or maybe 2. So I don't need, you know, plus I'm not showing up with 4 or 5 guitars to a set at a bar. I feel like that is completely silly. And I'm sorry if you do that. I don't mean to put you down in any way, but for me, that would be completely silly, right? To go up there and play some chords and, you know, maybe a couple of solos. So I just feel like it's overkill for me. But I could take this guitar and one of my acoustics. That would make sense, right? You know, honestly, for most of the stuff I play by myself, the Strat gets the job done. I don't really need the humbuckers because it's a lot of you know, singer-songwriter stuff and stuff like that, and I can play the Strat for most of it, so I could take that and my other Martin acoustic. But that being said, this thing is why we're here. So let's continue to talk about this for a minute. So I'll run quickly through the different positions and what they do. Actually, I'm going to put on the screen here is the PRS diagram of what all the different things do. So it'll give you like the 6 different switch positions and the coil tapping. So let's take a look at that for a minute, and I'll kind of run through it on the guitar and show you what they all do. Alright, so there we have it. The PRS Swamp Ash Special, also known as SASsy, right? At least by me. So, hope you all enjoyed this video. I really did enjoy making it. This is such a fun guitar to play. If you haven't tried one, go ahead out there and pick one up. I know they're starting to become available now, so get out there, give one of these a try. Great sounding guitar, lots of fun to play. Once again, please like and subscribe. Look for some more stuff coming at my channel in the near future. Talk to y'all soon.